What is going on, everybody? Welcome. We're running a bit of a podcast setup here. We're trying to get the mics going, and we just can't figure that out. So we'll figure it out later for the next one. But in this episode, I got my boy Caden here. We're going to be talking about just both of our journeys, honestly, in high ticket sales, catch you guys up to speed on where we're both at. And then in future episodes, we're going to be running just different topics around sales, making money online at a young age. I'm 21, he's 21, we're both 21, so we've both been in this space for a few years now. If you guys watch my content, you probably know more about me and my story, so I'm going to ask him more about his story, even though I know some of it, just so you guys can catch up. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Why don't we start off with, first off, when you got into high ticket sales, because I actually don't even remember exactly the time frame, but when was it?
Yeah, so got in high ticket sales, towards the end of junior year in high school. So it's been a few years now. Obviously, I'm 21, so it's been a few years.
So high school, I was in it prior. I got into it at 16. For anybody who doesn't know, so not to derail my story, but it kind of makes sense, I guess, since I got into it first. We'll talk through it. So first, I got into it. I was trying drop shipping, trying a bunch of different businesses. None of them were working for me. 16 years old, ended up stumbling across this guy. He was selling an e-commerce coaching program, or it wasn't even a full-on coaching program. It was just like a course. It was $500. I told him, hey, I'll sell this on the phone, make you more money. He said, okay, cool. I'll start sending people your calendar. I started closing people, made 2.9K my first month at 16, which I've never felt that rich as I did that first month. And then I ended up leaving that. It kind of slowed down actually, because he was all organic on TikTok. Slowed down. I don't think I left that. I ended up partnering with another guy, was taking his calls, this young kid as well, both e-commerce offers, kind of very similar offers, and was making 2K, 3K for a few months. And then got an opportunity through one of my boys, shout out Alex if you're watching. One of my boys, Alex, that I met in the space, connected me with another opportunity, and that was my first reel. That was with Dre. Mm-hmm. That was an Instagram growth company. And I eventually brought him into it. I ended up getting onto another e-com offer while I was simultaneously on this Instagram offer. And by this time I was 17, and that's when I cracked my first 10K month. I'll never forget. And then we can take it from there. But so that was around the time then, junior year, I was 17. We're both 17.
Yeah.
That was when you got into it. Do you remember what prompted that? How we started talking about you getting into it?
I think it was just honestly being around you. Obviously he's been in it for a little bit before I was, like you mentioned. So it was just being around you pretty much, and then it was just finally hey, I need to do something. Let me get into this. I liked it, so you kind of just taught me the ropes, got me into it, and then just kind of took off from there.
Okay, so here's one thing we can talk about for people who are brand new to it. Realistically, from your experience, everybody's different. Mm-hmm. But what is the easiest path to get into it, or what's that first step? That at least that you took. Don't think about what somebody else should do. Just think about what you did. What was the first step?
Honestly, it sounds stupid, but it's just really just doing it. I didn't have. It sounds bad, but obviously it worked out. You just kind of have to do it. I knew I wasn't going to go to college, so that was the route I took. So I had to make it happen, and then it kind of just domino effect from there. And then obviously this is where I'm at now. So
which you do DM setting.
Yeah.
So you got into DM setting through that one offer, but then there's a lot of people where they wouldn't be able to capitalize on that and turn it into something sustainable. So when do you feel it became more sustainable, or when were you able to be okay, I can see a future where I could actually grow in this versus just I'm making a couple $100 in high school?
Yeah, it was really, the first offer wasn't too bad. It taught me the ropes, got me everything I needed to do. And then, I kind of moved on to something bigger, something a little bit better. that would get me to kind of where I needed to be to,
What was
live
that?
off of this.
What was that?
Yeah, and that was my second offer. So that was the remote cleaning business offer. Shout out HSA. They're still around. That's where I kind of really, got the ropes of sales, sales team meeting, just everything with sales. And that's kind of what really actually it made me love sales, really, just that whole process. And then from there, where I'm currently at, got onto another offer, which is the best.
You were with that real fast. You were with that second offer for what? A while, right?
It was about a year to 7 months, so it was a good bit. I got a lot of experience from that. DM setting, getting all that done. Learning some other stuff as well, closing, just the whole process of pretty much everything.
Right, because you were seeing people close.
Right. Yep.
And for anybody watching, like our boy, who now is on the team that I'm on, but he was closing on that offer that he was setting for. So he was kind of like setting for one of our boys who was closing, and I think that's the key, and that's why I was asking you that about DM setting. I feel like when you get into it, if you can get into setting before you just try to become a closer, like these days especially, if you have no experience closing, yes, you can crush it, but you're gonna have to do a lot of training first, and like sometimes the best way to learn is by doing.
Right.
And so you see now with the offer you're on, there's hundreds of thousands of offers that are hiring setters.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
and
it's one of the most needed thing. Closers and setters really. Real quick, I kind of want to touch up on what kind of DM setting is, just the process of that.
Yeah. Because people are probably like, okay, what's DM setting? So what do you do?
So
what's your day by day, or like how does it work?
I don't want to say it's kind of like the entry point in sales, to be honest, but it doesn't really have to be, because with DM setting it's cool. With how it works. Generalized, you just kind of run social media accounts, like inbound, leads coming in. You run their social media accounts for an influencer, answering leads that are interested in the coaching program or, the product. And then you set them on a calendar with a closer. And then when that closes, or if it does close, then you take a percentage of the commission. So it's pretty unique. I think it's one of the best entry things to get into, so you can, learn the ropes, like I mentioned, and then kind of scale from there with everything.
Yeah. So on a day by day, you are basically messaging from the influencer's account, inbound leads. They create content, they run ads or whatever. People DM who are interested in their program.
Yep.
You message back and forth with them. Walk them through like a little bit of your conversation in the DMs.
Yeah, so it really does base on, it's based on kind of, who you're working with, obviously, but you answer, the inbound lead, hey, I'm interested in this, you kind of, talk with them a little bit, kind of what has them interested and, why they're looking to get into this. And then eventually, that's when you kind of pitch them the call and you get them on with a closer, and then.
So it's interest level?
Interest level, yep.
Do they ask questions, or how does it work?
Yeah, a lot of them ask questions. It just kind of, like I said, depends on, who you're working with, or, kind of what the brand is that you're working with. It's a little bit easier if it's a better built out brand. But, that's kind of how I got started, and now I'm still doing that, and it's going extremely well. I'm working with some great offers, so, that's kind of where I'm at.
I think that's the cool part is we have a DM setter who makes bank on the team I'm with, and I think there's like a misconception that you have to be like a high level closer to really make good money in sales. It's definitely true, and I think longer term it's the skill set that will be able to set you apart and provide a safety net and like make you be able to level up past even just sales into business. But when you're talking about who's probably watching this, it's like, okay, younger people, 18 to 25, probably not wanting to work a 9-to-5 job, maybe in school or maybe working another job, wanting to make money online. Like, I remember when I was watching drop shipping videos and it was like $100 a day, and I'm like, holy, like if I could make $100 a day profit, I would be good.
Yeah.
And that, like, for setting, it's like a DM setter. You have to grind. good DM setters know, like, there is a difference, and I realize there is a difference between just like anybody doing a DM script and a DM setter who's really operating at like a higher level, like following up with closers on deals, following up from the account, like using an authority frame to send a follow-up message, all these kinds of things, but it's still just messages. So like you can learn, you have time, you're not on the spot, like
Right, yeah.
So
I mean, the cool thing with that is it's like anyone can do it.
Anyone, yeah.
That's the cool thing. It's
anyone
like,
can learn if they're willing to work hard. What would you say are the traits? Like you have to be willing to work hard.
Yeah, you just have to be hungry. You have to want it. You
That's
have to
basically
work hard.
it. You have to like understand English.
Yeah, get the ropes. I mean, but that comes kind of along with everything, you know. Once you
and it is a legit $5,000 to upwards of $15,000 a month opportunity with the right offer.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to talk about like numbers or anything specific, but you just got an offer. And like these offers are doing millions of dollars per month.
Yeah.
Like guys, that's the thing.
Awesome.
There's offers doing millions of dollars per month, and they have a few minions, 3 people maybe in the DMs who are replying to all these people trying to get them on with closers. Like that money's got to go somewhere. They're paying average commission for DM setters what, 5%?
Yeah, 5% usually.
5%, and a lot of times there's a base pay as well. Like I think it might be more competitive to get in a DM setting versus like phone setting or anything else, but it's a pretty crazy opportunity.
Yeah.
And like you've been able to make it work. So, all right. So going back to, well, we caught up to where we're at there. In terms of, I guess we can just kind of talk about some things that like are common misconceptions.
Okay.
Since like we already talked about our story a little bit, or I guess I didn't catch up too much on mine, but I now manage a high ticket offer. Basically, like if you think about the tier within the high ticket space, it kind of goes like DM setter, phone setter, closer, sales manager, or like growth partner. Like that's kind of like the trajectory that people try to scale. Now, not everybody's good at it. Not everybody's good at leading. Like leading is different from selling, but that's kind of the trajectory. And I went just like closing to sales manager eventually after years. But what I wanted to talk about is misconceptions that I hear from people when I create content or whenever I'm talking with people about high ticket sales. Number one, people asking, is it legit?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, do you guys not see how many people are selling a course? Like put the fries in the bag, put the course in the bag, whatever, people say all that. Everybody's selling a course. Why? Because it's very scalable. If somebody can make $10,000 a month with a business, or $20,000 or $50,000 a month with a business, like for example, take a cleaning business.
Yeah.
If somebody can legitimately make $30,000 a month with a cleaning business and go start that, and then they create content around how they started this cleaning business that makes them $30,000 a month, it is 10 times easier for them to go to $100,000 a month selling coaching on how to start it than to try to scale their cleaning business to $100,000 a month. Some businesses just have caps. Actually, most businesses have caps. The good thing is the info business, the coaching business, has a way higher cap than most of these beginner business models that are being taught. It's just a more advanced business. So anybody out there who's trying to be like, is coaching, info, courses, high ticket sales legit? It absolutely is. Now there's bad actors in the space. There's people who do not fulfill, they overpromise and they underdeliver, and they set a bad reputation for everybody in the space. But the reality is, just because there's some girls out there who cheat, doesn't mean they all cheat.
I was actually going to get into that.
Maybe.
You know, there is some bad like apples in the tree, obviously, and it does create a bad name. You know, there's offers that are promising this for certain sales reps on that side of things, and then you know just offers that aren't fulfilling, like you said, and just everything with that. But obviously, there's some good offers out there.
There's a lot of good offers.
Right.
Actually,
it's definitely like it's possible.
And the key here is if you're working for an offer where it's some kid, course guru, living in Miami, like just whatever, and he's doing like $50K a month, or his program's new. Like there's the key indicators, maybe this is more helpful for people to look out for. The key indicators how new is the program? If
Yep.
if the person just launched or they've only been doing their business model for like 6 months or whatever, I've been doing high ticket sales for a year or for 5 years.
Yeah.
I didn't start selling my own program until maybe a year and a half ago or something like that.
Right.
So-
big time.
Like, the reality is they should have done their business model for years leading up until before they sold a program on it. Okay, so that's sign number one. You should be iffy. I'm not saying all people who only do it for a little bit and then sell a program on it are scams. That's not true, but that's sign number one. Okay. Sign number two is, what is their marketing like? If their marketing is all based off of like scarcity, I'm helping one person, like get on a call with these course gurus, take a sales call, like you're interested in their program. Some of them will be like discounting their prices like crazy on call, like that stuff is the people who are non-legit. But here's the thing, in order to actually scale to, like we were talking about, millions of dollars per month, which a lot of these programs out there are doing. You guys wouldn't even know it, but there's people on Instagram who have 500,000 to 1 million followers who are doing $1, $2, $3 million per month with their coaching program. And so they have a bunch of salespeople on their internal team working for them, like us, that are making a lot of money from it.
And the thing with that is crazy. It's they're not even that big. You know, they don't even have to have like crazy amount of following.
Right, you wouldn't even know them. They run ads and whatever, which is a crazy opportunity. But what I'm getting at here is, if you're doing $1 million a month, if you're doing $2 million a month, if you're doing $3 million, really, if you're doing anything above like $400K per month, and you can see that that business owner has a past record, like they've been posting content for years, they've been doing all this for years, they're legit. Like, you die out in the space within like 1 year if you're not legit.
Right.
And a lot of these programs, like the program I manage for, you can go on Trustpilot, you can look them up, you can find the reviews, like you can find all the positivity around it.
And
so
they've
it's
also
very
been around
simple.
for years as well. So
Yeah, it's been around for years, 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very simple, I guess, to our eyes, we're more trained eyes. But to the untrained eye, just look at how long has this person been doing their business, what's their marketing like, is it super flashy, like lifestyle only, or are they actually talking about their business in a logical way? And then like try to figure out, okay, is this a big established offer in the space that's doing a lot per month, or are they not doing much? And when you're interviewing, obviously you can figure that out.
Yeah.
But I just think it's like it's so stupid how people take the idea that there's some bad apples in the space and write it off completely, when high ticket sales can be a completely life-changing opportunity for them.
It really is. I hear it a good bit, and it's kind of
The amount of people I know who now have got into it
Mhm.
and been able to go full time within like a 1 year time span is insane. Like, you now work from home, work like realistically, not many people in this space are working 8-10 hours a day. Some are,
No. Yeah.
but most people are working for maybe 5 hours a day.
Yep.
You're making, at a high level, tens of thousands of dollars per month. Like, there's closers out there who make 40-50 grand a month consistently.
Yep.
Like, the opportunity is insane. So for people to write it off, for it to just be like, oh, I don't want to sell a course or whatever, it's like, dude, what are you talking about? There's courses out here that actually work.
It's weird now because like that the course, like I see it, in TikTok comments like, yo, I'm not gonna buy your course. It's sad to see it.
It's like those people just stay broke
Yeah.
because they're skeptics about everything.
Yeah.
And then you have people who are just go-getters, winners, I call them, who just like, dude, okay, like, even if it was a scam, is your life going to be over? No.
Yeah. No.
It's not a scam, but if it were, is your life going to be over or no? No, it's not. So go take the risk, try it, and watch what happens. And then, like, it's funny because then, like, if somebody actually commits themselves, within 3 to 6 months, like, nothing's guaranteed, but you're more likely to succeed than not.
It's crazy the amount of people I see, like, they text back like a year later and they're still in the same spot when they could have
They
just
just do
took
nothing.
the leap and just did it.
They
And
just do nothing.
I still think about that every day, just me doing it. Like,
Right.
could be in college right now. Who knows where I
We
would
have
be at.
friends who are in college, and
Yep.
guys, this is something like, I was doing this in high school. Obviously, there's other people who want to learn how to do it. I think you are the only one that I can genuinely think of who actually did it everyone else is just like
And took the
making
risk.
excuses.
Yeah, and took the risk.
But if
Yeah.
you think about it, it's like it wasn't even that much of a risk. It's just
No.
like doing it.
I just made it happen. I just made it happen.
Like, yeah, it was a risk technically, but like not really.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Like, everybody else is, oh, I'm in school, so I can't do it. Okay, dude, I did it in high school.
Yeah.
I was full time in class. I took calls from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Okay? What else do they say? I don't know. They just underestimate themselves. They don't have the confidence to do it. It's like, dude,
That's
if
the
I
main
could
thing.
slap you in the
Main thing.
face and take my mindset and put it into your mind, you would be successful.
Yeah.
It's like, whether you succeed or not, it's your fault. If you're successful, it's because you did the things it takes to become successful. If you're not successful and you're poor, I'm sorry to say it, people who stay poor their whole entire lives, it's their
Because
fault.
they don't do anything.
It's
And
their fault.
The amount of friends that we have that like want to change, but they don't because they just won't do it is just, it's unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah. Barco's calling me. Let me call him up real fast. Hang on, this is our boy. I'm gonna ask him how much he made today. Yo, we're filming a podcast right now. We're in the middle of it. Tell the podcast how much you made today.
$1,200 today, which is pretty fucking crazy. I didn't even expect that money to come in. He just clicked the payment link. After I haven't heard from this guy in over a month. Clicked the payment link, paid $12,000, 1,200 commission today.
So he made $1,200 commission today, and it wasn't even from a new call. It was from an old call a couple months ago that he had sent the payment link to, and the guy just paid today, which is kind of crazy.
Contact, nothing.
Here, let me call you back. We're probably gonna wrap up here soon. Yeah. So, dude, I don't know. I think it's insane how some people are so skeptical to where they hurt themselves. Like they're so overthinking for their way too much for their own good. They're just in that constant
yeah, it just
analysis
doesn't get them
paralysis
anywhere.
forever.
They stay in the same spot. That's just it. They don't change. And that's
It
the
makes
sad
me
part.
so mad, and it fires me up at the same time because if you guys are on the other side of this podcast listening still at this point at the end of it, clearly you're interested in sales, and clearly you have somewhat of the right mindset. Otherwise, you would have clicked off because you would have gotten mad because people get offended when they hear the truth. But for you, if you're still listening to this, take it as a sign, even if it's just one person on the other side of the screen who says, you know what, I've been thinking about this for way too long. I'm just going to drop it all and start learning. Start watching all the YouTube videos. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. There are good courses and programs out there. I'll shamelessly plug mine. Mine's amazing. Guy Pyron in there literally just got a closing role. He joined last month. So, take a risk, apply yourself, and just work on it on a daily basis and have delusional confidence more than anything else. Delusional confidence will get you further than 99% of people who are smarter than you, who have more intelligence, who get better grades, or who think that they're grinding towards some successful career in college. I promise you guys, people who you have looked up to and thought were better than you and all these things will suddenly become so small and so insignificant to you the moment that you just have delusional confidence in yourself to succeed. The moment that you realize you can succeed at whatever you put your mind to, if somebody else has done it in this life, somebody else has done it, take it from us, if somebody else has done it, you can do it too. It's just a matter of actually doing it. And anything that you tell yourself that stops you from taking action, this includes you doing this right now, tonight, or tomorrow, or the next day, or whatever. When you tell yourself a reason why you can't do it today, that's the moment you lose. So,
Just take
just
action.
remember that. The only way you lose is if you don't try or you quit.
Yep.
So remember that. If you guys are interested in my program, go down in the description. We'll see if you're the right fit. Otherwise, subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.